We welcome you back to Boshamer Gymnasium here on the campus of Brevard College. After the holiday, the Tornadoes return home to face off with not an in-state rival, but pretty close to it with Bob Jones University. These two teams faced off a couple weeks ago. It was a 71-52 win in favor of the Tornadoes of Brevard College. Ryan Wilkstone alongside Andy Farringer taking you through all your action today. Andy, what are you expecting out of this matchup tonight?
Looking for, I think, a little bit closer game than the first one. I think the Bruins didn't play their best, but I think the Tornadoes are really starting to get hot here late in this season. I'm looking forward to see what Olivia Miller can do in this one. She has 3 straight games with 10-plus points, 2 of those 3 being 20-plus points, so we'll see what she can do. And Kaden Johnson, 10-plus points in 4 out of the 7 games so far this season.
You talk about the Tornadoes getting hot. They did drop one to Barry last time they were here at home, but they started out conference play with a big win over North Carolina Wesleyan on the road just a couple days ago, 74-52. The Tornadoes handled business. They held North Carolina Wesleyan to the lowest output, tied with that first matchup with Bob Jones, so it's good to see the Tornadoes getting going on the defensive end of the floor. And you mentioned some of those players that are starting to get going and finding their footing again. Kaden Johnson, another one who had 19 last time out. She's kind of, first couple games, she was working in that starting role, and I think she might have found something there at North Carolina Wesleyan.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned 19 points, double-double, 10 rebounds as well in that one, so she's definitely been finding her footing, as you mentioned. And Christina Ronan, that last one, 14 points, 5 rebounds off the bench. So a couple of, little really good performances for some of these Tornadoes.
Yeah, the Bruins coming in here 4-4, 1-0 in conference play. They are another team that is a lot better defensively than they are offensively. They're scoring just 59.4 points per game, but they're only giving up 61.4 points a game as well. Andy, we saw a really good defensive squad in Barry come to town a couple weeks ago, and I think you're going to be seeing a similar defensive performance this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what the Tornadoes can do to, outdo that good defensive team.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we'll wrap up our little pregame show and get ready for tip-off between Bob Jones and Brevard here inside the Bosch.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
We welcome you back to the Bosch here in Brevard, North Carolina. It's the Tornadoes and the Bruins set to tip off in the first of two in a doubleheader here with the Tornadoes and the Bruins. The women looking to sweep the season series, and men will be looking to split the season series with the Bruins. Andy, you'll have that call in the men's game, but first the women looking to secure a sweep and stay hot in a stretch that they've been really good here recently.
Yeah, absolutely. Really looking forward to this doubleheader here we have at home. Really going to be a good one here, so very excited for it.
So the starting lineups first for the visiting Bruins: number 5, Caitlin Dickerson; number 11, Keely Price; number 13, Jenna Brooks; number 14, Anna Lane Wilder; and number 15, Faith Hayward. For the Tornadoes, out on the floor, Alacia Hill, Anna Lee Morris, Caden Johnson, Olivia Miller, and Jada Petty Wilkins.
Yeah, you mentioned
Manuel, when they come on the floor and they're ready to tip off, just
performs in this one.
yeah, excited for this one here. The Bruins in the baby blue uniforms with the white numbers and the navy blue Bruins on the front. The Tornadoes in the home white jerseys with the blue letters and numberings as we get ready to go. Olivia Miller wins a tip, goes back to Jada Petty Wilkins, and Alacia Hill will take it across for Brevard. First possession of the game, 9:53 to go here in the first quarter as Olivia Miller hands off at the top for Petty Wilkins. She turns, throws to Morris at the top. Morris drives down the left side lane, bounce pass, free throw line. Johnson, mid-range jump shot. Front rim, no good. Rebound corralled by Keely Price, and here come the Bruins. Hayward at the top of the key. She'll hand off back to the top as the Bruins reset with Dickerson. 18 to shoot. As Keely Price has it, Caden Johnson defending. Swing to the far side for Jenna Brooks. She looks for an option. Pump fakes at the top. Looks back door. Nothing there. Under 10 to shoot for the Bruins. A three put up by Hayward. No good. Good block out all together by the Tornadoes as Johnson corrals the board. Here comes Miller across the timeline. Throws it to Morris, and the Tornadoes set up. Here's Miller down the lane. Jump stop. She'll try a mid-range two, and she switches it in. Good-looking shot for Olivia Miller. That's her game in the 15-foot range, and it's 2-0 Brevard.
A couple of open shots for Brevard to start, so good look offensively for them so far.
Ball at the top with Wilder. She gives off to Keely Price, who swings it down to the block as Dickerson drives inside. Kick back out for Wilder. She goes to the free throw line. Now a kick to the far side wing. A three no good off the side of the iron by Brooks. And Johnson with another rebound. Miller pushes up to Hill. The Bruins lose one on the hardwood as some numbers here for the Tornadoes. Now they'll reset with Miller at the top. Inside Johnson wide open. She puts it in for two. Great court vision by Olivia Miller to a wide open Caden Johnson. And it's 4-0 Tornadoes. Here come the Bruins. Bounce pass down low. Layup no good by Price. She was open, but couldn't put it in. Here comes Alacia Hill up the floor, left to right for Brevard. 8:03 in the moving clock here in the first quarter. Kick out to Miller. Looks back inside for Johnson. One dribble. She puts it up. She puts it in. Caden Johnson cooking in the early going. She has four. And it's 6-0 Brevard.
Looks like Bruins are in man-to-man, so Keely Price, the tall center, is guarding Olivia Miller, but Olivia Miller going to the outside, and Caden Johnson's been wide open down low in back-to-back possessions.
Price looking for an option, feeds it inside, spins, throws it up, and off the back rim and in for Caitlin Dickerson. Nice move down low. And the Bruins are on the board at 6-2. Hill up the floor looking for Miller. She drives baseline. Now tries to kick across court, finds the hands of Anna Lee Morris. She tries a pull-up jumper, glances off the far side of the iron, no good. As Price brings down the rebound for the Bruins.
Bit of a switch there that time. Looked like Olivia Miller got guarded by Caitlin Dickerson.
Hayward driving down the lane, too strong on the layup. It's poked out of bounds, I believe, off Jada Petty Wilkins. And it will stay with the Bruins with 15 to shoot. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The Tornadoes have scored 6 of the first 8. As the Bruins look to cut into the steps, it may be a shot clock problem here, so we'll get that reset to 18 seconds. And the Bruins roll inbound on the baseline. Dickerson looking for an option. Bounce pass to Price, back to the basket. Should be Brooks, who spins inside, gets Johnson up in the air, and she banks it off the glass and in. Good up and under move to get Caden Johnson off her feet, and it's 6-4.
Really good pump fake there from Price to get the open basket.
Morris on the far side wing, drives baseline, kick back out Johnson. She's defended by Dickerson. As the Bruins bench starting to get into it, 6-4, 6:44 on a moving clock in the first. Johnson back to the basket, spins, kicks back out. Hill tries a three, air ball, and the rebound tipped, and it finds the waiting arms of Annalene Wilder. Here come the Bruins down the floor, right to left, as Price loses her footing. Now a screen at the top for Faith Hayward. She dribbles, crosses inside, right-hand scoop shot, rolls in. The Tornadoes got out to a 6-0 start. Since then, the Bruins have answered with 6 of their own, and we're tied at 6 apiece. Hill looking for an option. She'll give it to Annalie Morris in the corner. Now Johnson back to the basket. She's doubled. It's tied up, but taken away by Caitlin Dickerson. Good help defense there as Johnson was using the spin in the early going. Here come the Bruins. Kick back out to Brooks. She thinks about three. Now works on Miller at the free throw line. Back to the basket. Bounce pass to Keely Price on the far side. She spins, turns, shoots, and it rolls off to the hands of Miller.
Another
crack for the Tornadoes. Now Miller has her pocket picked. Hayward turns, bounce pass down low. It deflects off of a Bruin and out of bounds. Jenna Brooks couldn't handle the bounce pass. Maybe 2 breaks for the Tornadoes in a short period on the missed shot. And then the turnover on what would have been a wide open layup.
Yeah, a couple of really good ball fakes we've seen from the Bruins to create some open baskets so far in this one.
Hill across the timeline. She works on Hayward, hands off Morris. Morris a couple dribbles at the top of the key with 18 to shoot. Now she drives inside, step back, pump fake, puts it up. Glances off the front rim, no good, but Johnson with the rebound to Miller, who tries another 2 and gets it. Olivia Miller, she's had that shot, that little mid-range right outside the block, and she knocks it down to regain the lead for Brevard.
Something we've seen on those couple of those drought possessions from the Tornadoes was Olivia Miller didn't have much to do with it. She has 2 baskets and 2 assists on all 4 of the makes from the Tornadoes, so we'll see if that's a key to this one.
Wilder at the top of the key, working on Morris, picks it up at the free throw line, looking for an option, feeds it back out to Brooks with 7 to shoot. Brooks top of the key, gets a screen, flips it inside. Price with a layup, and it's good on the undersized Alicia Hill. Good ball screen action there for the Bruins late in the shot clock as Alicia Hill brings it across the timeline. Kicks it to Morris on the near side wing. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 8 as Petty Wilkins will try a deep 3 at the top. Back iron, no. And Price skies for the rebound. Right to left come the Bruins, and now a whistle and a timeout for Bob Jones to kind of slow things down a little bit. We're at the under 5 timeout as well, so we'll take a break. But before that, Andy, a good start for the Tornadoes, but the Bruins have responded accordingly.
Yeah, for sure. There are 4 or 5 players that have played so far for the Bruins have scored baskets, so much more spread out offense compared to the Tornadoes, who just 2 scorers, Caden Johnson and Olivia Miller, both with 4 points so far in this one.
4:19 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second break, and when we come back, we'll take you through the rest of the first frame right here live on YouTube.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here at the Bosch, it's tied at 8. After the Tornadoes got out to a 6-0 run, the Bruins are on an 8-2 run themselves to tie this thing up at 8 apiece. Bob Jones will inbound at midcourt with Faith Hayward with 26 to shoot after the timeout called by Mike Levere, first of the game, as the Bruins bring it across the timeline, moving right to left. Good defense by Hill at the top on Caitlin Dickerson as she picks up her dribble, feeds it to Price at the top of the key. 13 to shoot for Bob Jones. It swung to the left side for Jenna Brooks. She drives inside and she loses a handle, and it's picked up by Christina Roan. Roan in the game for the first time today. She flips it to Petty Wilkins, crosses over, tries a floater. She is denied. Johnson grabs a rebound, and her spin shot rolls in for 2. Caden Johnson, 6 points, 6 of the 10 for Brevard as an entry pass is deflected away by Johnson, and Hill can't track it down. It will go out of bounds off the Tornadoes, but good hands by Johnson, and she's been very active in the early going with 6 points. Her and Olivia Miller have combined for all 10 for the Tornadoes here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Johnson with 5 rebounds as well so far in this one. 5 of the 6 for the Tornadoes.
Price has it top of the key. She pump fakes on Johnson. Swing over to the left side. A 3 is good by Anna-Lane Wilder. And the Bruins have their first lead. It's 11-10.
It's the first 3-pointer we've seen go in so far in this one. Just 1 for 5 so far in the game across both teams.
Hill brings it across for Brevard with Hayward defending. Flips to the far side, wing for Roan. Roan is turned away. She takes it back to the top with 15 to shoot. Skip past the Hill, one more to Miller. Thinks about a mid-range. Now she'll take it, knock it down. Hand down, man down as Olivia Miller converts. And now Hill takes away the inbounds pass and puts it up and in. Great sequence for the Tornadoes. It's 14-11 Brevard.
First point of the game for the Tornadoes that isn't Olivia Miller or Kaden Johnson so far in this one.
Now a 3 put up, no good off the front iron. The ball's kicked around and a foul, I believe, called on Brevard. It's called on Christina Roan. It's her first.
The Tornado fouls number 22, Christina Roan. That's her first and team first.
And 2 subs coming in for Bob Jones, 1 for the Tornadoes. Malika Rankin will check in. Faith McClary into the game, and Peyton Teague in for Bob Jones. And checks out Kaden Johnson. Annalie Morris also on the bench as Christina Roan checked in after the timeout. Brevard leads 14-11. It's kicked to the near side here for Hayward. She drives inside. Kick far side for Peyton Teague. She drives in, kicks back out, top of the key. 3, it's good. Anna-Lane Wilder with 2 triples, and we're tied at 14 once again. Hill brings it across into the lane. Now she drives inside, kick out. Roan, the 3-point specialist, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Rankin gets her hands on it and takes it back. Roan flips it to Petty Wilkins to reset. She'll try a 3, no good back iron, and the rebound goes to Hayward. Maybe a bit of a rush shot on that possession, but a good look for Petty Wilkins. Just couldn't knock it down. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. 18 to shoot for the Bruins as Keely Price has it top of the key. McClary thinks about a triple. She'll take a triple and make a triple. Another 3 for the Bruins. That's 3 threes in a short span. And the Bruins retake the lead at 17-14.
Yeah, Bruins started 0 for 3 from 3, but now 3 for 6, so a much better percentage for them.
Petty Wilkins has it. She swings it to Roan. Roan's going to try another 3, and Roan knocks it down. Big shot for Christina Roan. She's been so effective from behind the arc, and it's tied at 17 once again.
Yeah, for such a really good team shooting the 3-point ball, a very slow start for the Tornadoes, but still in this one just down by 3.
Hayward gets a screen from Price. Now flipped to the far corner for Teague. Teague 2 dribbles, picks it up, looking for an option on the taller Petty Wilkins. It's bounced down low. Brooks pump fakes, kicks back out. Now another 3, no good. This time by Faith Hayward. Now Petty Wilkins in transition, bounces it down low. Rankin wide open, but she is blocked by Price. Wilkins gets it back, flips it up, no good. And Price grabs a rebound. Great recovery by Keely Price.
Yeah, really good hustle for the chase down block there from Price.
Now a 3 for the Bruins. It's up and good. Manuel, hit record. Hit record. Record, yeah. As now Petty Wilkins has it to the top of the key. Miller thinks about 3 and drives inside, flips it up and in. 15-second shot clock turned off as the Bruins inbound will have technical difficulties here. We'll figure that out for you during the break as Bruins drive it inside, layup no good. Price there with a second chance, puts it up and in. And it's a 20-19 game at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll have the second quarter play right here live on YouTube.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating, you're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Back here at Boschmer Gymnasium, it is a 3-point game in favor of the Bruins, 22-19 after the first quarter of play. Bob Jones will inbound, and it goes into Caitlin Dickerson, who drives down the lane, picks up her dribble, swings it back out to reset with 24 to shoot. Top of the key, Dickerson dribbles around, looks for an option with 19 to shoot and a moving clock here in this second quarter of play. New sub in the game, Diamond Buxton checks in, as well as Amani Pouncey, who tries a three. She can't get it to go, and Rankin grabs a rebound for Brevard. Flips it up the floor for Christina Roan. The Tornadoes reset the offense, trailing by 3 here in the second quarter. Handoff goes to Noble. Noble flips it to Malika Rankin, who loses a handle, but she gets it back. Into the corner now for Olivia Miller. Miller drives baseline. She puts it up. Floater no good. Rebound tipped around and corralled by Faith McClary. McClary up the floor for Faith Hayward, who bounces in the corner. Another three on the way, and a three-pointer no good. Christina Roan down with the board on the miss from Brooks. Here comes Roan across the timeline left to right. Kicks it to Petty Wilkins, who tries an open three. She banks it in. Big three for Jada Petty Wilkins. She struggled in the first quarter with the three, but she knocks down her first, and we're tied at 22.
Yeah, she's a big part of the three-point shooting for the Tornadoes, so good to see her put one in there.
The top of the key now for Diamond Buxton. Buxton chests at the top of the key. Now flips it to Dickerson on the near side wing. She'll try a three, air ball, and it will go out of bounds. Both sides not hesitant to put up the three, as Johnson will check in. And it will send Olivia Miller to the bench for the first time. 10 of 21 shooting for Brevard, 9 of 20 for Bob Jones, and a tightly contested first quarter and change of play. 4 3-pointers for Bob Jones, 2 for the Tornadoes. As Johnson has at the elbow. Hand off to Jada Petty Wilkins. She pump fakes, now drives towards the elbow again inside the paint. Kick out Roan. Noble, who's open. She missed it. In the corner for the three as Pouncey collects, and will take it the other way for Bob Jones. 22 apiece, 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Rankin tightly defending Pouncey, who picks up her dribble, and she bounces it to Dickerson. Dickerson gets a screen. She rejects it, drives inside on Roan, back to the basket. Tries to flip it up. She flips it up, no good. But a foul called on Christina Roan. That'll be her first and the first team foul. Actually, that's her second foul. First of the second quarter for the Tornadoes. It will send Dickerson the free throw stripe. And 2 on the way for Dickerson to try and re-give Bob Jones a lead. She misses the first off the front of the rim. And she'll get ready for the second. Just the first free throws for either side tonight. It was a pretty clean first quarter in terms of fouls, as Dickerson will put up the second, and she gets it to roll in.
Bit of a slow start here in the second quarter for both sides. Just 4 points combined in the first 2 minutes, and shooting 1 for 6 from the field combined. So we'll see if this picks up a little bit here.
Roan crosses over top of the key, bounces it to Petty Wilkins, who tries a mid-range jumper, missed everything, and goes out of bounds. And we'll go back to Bob Jones. 7:29 to go here in this second quarter as Pouncey inbounds it to Faith McClary, and she'll take it over for the Bruins. McClary top of the key, back to the basket, flips it to Pouncey at the top. Now to Dickerson. Rankin almost jumped the passing lane, but Dickerson drives inside, left-hand layup, no. And Johnson will grab the rebound. Roan up the floor looking for Noble. Great pass. Noble inside, stopped her pivot feet, but traveled with it. And it will go back to Bob Jones. Really nice outlet pass there from Malika Rankin. But Noble travels, and it will give the possession back to Bob Jones. 23-22, 7:04 on a moving clock here in this second quarter. As Pouncey gets it across the timeline. Asks for a screen. She feeds it to Buxton at the top. 17 to shoot. And she swings it to McCleary. She tries a three. No good front iron. And there with the rebound is Kennedy Noble. Here come the Tornadoes up the floor for Petty Wilkins. Jada drives inside. Bounce pass down low. Now Rankin wide open. And she puts in the layup. Great ball movement as Petty Wilkins found Johnson. Johnson scoops it off to Rankin for two.
Yeah, really good ball movement on the fast break there to get the basket and the lead back for the Tornadoes.
McCleary drives inside, picks up her dribble, bounce pass now down low for Brooks, back door. She put it up well too strong, and Johnson grabs a rebound. Petty Wilkins moving left to right for Brevard, crossover on Pouncey down the lane. Short corner for Noble. Now Petty Wilkins will once again try a three, no good. Malika Rankin skies in for the rebound and resets things for Brevard. Inside looking for Petty Wilkins, goes off the hands of Johnson and out of bounds. And we'll go back to the Bruins. Brevard leading 24-23. Here comes Olivia Miller back in the game. Peyton Teague checks back in, as well as Keely Price and Anna Lane Wilder. So three Bruins come off the floor. Buxton, Brooks, and Caitlin Dickerson all check out for the first time. Annalie Morris back in as well for the Tornadoes. As the Bruins get in the inbounds pass to Peyton Teague. Teague flips it to Pouncey, top of the key. 5:53 in the moving clock here in the second quarter. Brevard leads Bob Jones by 1 point. Pump fake three at the top for Wilder. She drives inside, has it deflected away, and Rankin collects. Here comes Malika Rankin. Bounce pass down low, looking for Morris. Price able to take it away, and the Bruins create a turnover. McCleary bringing it across the timeline. Morris defending. Bounce pass near side to the top. Pouncey. She tries a three. No good front iron. Long rebound. Goes to Olivia Miller. Here comes Miller driving down the lane. Flips it up, and it rolls off. No good. A good look for the Tornadoes in transition, but Miller can't convert. Good defense in response by Bob Jones, and the Bruins slow it up a little bit.
Yeah, a couple of possessions really fast there, causing some forced shots that evidently missed.
Now Price turns it over as Morris takes away the entry pass. Morris stops and pops mid-range J, no good back rim. And the 5'5" Peyton Teague comes out with a rebound. Teague, top of the key, picks up her dribble, flips it to Pouncey. Pouncey, a couple dribbles in on Miller. Miller able to block it. And now, was there a foul call on Olivia Miller? Yes, there was. And we will go to break. It's 24-23. It's been a fast couple minutes to play, but not much scoring, Andy. It's been a back and forth, maybe 2 or 3 minutes here that Brevard's still able to maintain this 1 point lead.
Yeah, just a couple of scores here in this second quarter. Really fast play, though, causing some turnovers and some missed baskets that probably some of these players want back.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, it's 4:45 left in the second quarter. Brevard leads Bob Jones 24-23 here live on YouTube. Two free throws out of the break for Amani Pouncey at the line for Bob Jones. She takes a couple bounces, puts the first one up, and the first one is good, and we're tied at 24.
We'll see if that media timeout could cause some of these teams to play a little bit more clean basketball. A lot of turnovers, a lot of missed layups in the last couple of minutes, so we'll see if that helps.
Second free throw up and in. Pouncey goes 2 for 2, and it's 25-24 Bob Jones. Here comes Alicia Hill across the timeline, left to right. Drives inside, gives it off Johnson. Johnson back to the top. Morris pump fakes a three, drives inside. Now the short corner for Noble, who tries a mid-range jumper. No, but Johnson with the rebound to the top for Hill. She tries a three, no good. And Johnson had the rebound, lost it, but off the tip from Bob Jones. It will go back to Brevard with 14 to shoot.
Johnson with 8 rebounds so far in this one, leading both teams.
Johnson's been really effective as Noble wide open. She decides to take it inside. Looks to Miller. Miller tries that mid-range jumper again. That's pure. That's Olivia's shot right there. She puts it up and in. It's 26-25 Brevard.
First player in double digits is Miller, her 6th time this season.
Pouncey to Price. Price back to the basket, flips it to the corner. Now back to the top for Wilder. Wilder thinks about three. She crosses over on Miller. Jump stop inside. Bounces it to Pouncey. Pouncey traveled with it. It will go back to the Tornadoes. Both teams have had handful of turnovers here early in the game. There was a lot there in that little stretch that both teams are going back and forth. As the Tornadoes get possession back, 6 turnovers for Bob Jones, 5 for the Tornadoes here in the first half. Miller drives inside, gives it off Noble, wide open. Her layup is good. Tornadoes lead back to 3 as the Bruins push quickly with Peyton Teague. Teague picks up her dribble, passes it to Pouncey. On the left side, the top of the key. Entry pass to Price. Price backing down Johnson. Picks up her dribble to the corner for Teague. Teague a couple dribbles inside. Tries a floater. It rolls off. And Miller grabs a rebound. Here comes Brevard and Alicia Hill across the timeline. Hill keeps her dribble alive. Now picks it up. Gives it off to Morris. Morris with Hayward defending. Crosses over twice. And now she's fouled. First team foul for Bob Jones. It goes on Faith Hayward, and Brevard will inbound with Alicia Hill. Andy, I don't think it's the quality of looks that's holding Brevard back right now. I think it's just making shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've been very not great from the three-point mark, and that's what their strong suit is, so I think that's what we're seeing a lot of the struggle for.
Morris has her entry pass taken away by Faith Hayward as she brings it across the top of the key, drives inside, tries a right-hand layup, no good, and Johnson, down with another rebound. That's 9 for Caden Johnson as Hill goes behind the back, has a ton of space, puts up a mid-range jump shot, no good, and Pouncey grabs a rebound for the Bruins. Here comes Pouncey across the timeline, right to left, drives inside, floats it up, no good off the side of the backboard, and Miller moving quickly with the rebound. Miller down the lane, jump stops inside, gives it off Morris. Morris tries for 2, no. Johnson with a second chance, he is fouled. It'll be the first free throws for the Tornadoes on the foul from Faith Hayward. 2 quick ones on Hayward. As a couple Bruins will check in the game. Caitlin Dickerson back in, as well as Jenna Brooks and Christina Roan back in the game for the Tornadoes. As Johnson puts up the first of 2, it's up and it's good. Caden Johnson's been very good tonight, coming off a 19-point performance at North Carolina Wesleyan. Johnson with now 7 points and 9 rebounds, make it 10 for Johnson. And she goes 2 of 2 from the stripe. It's a 5-point lead for the Tornadoes.
Back-to-back games for Johnson with 10 rebounds, tying her career high. So we'll see, only in the first half, so we'll see if this number can grow.
Kayla Jean enters for Brevard as Hayward takes it across the timeline. Handoff goes to Dickerson. Dickerson floats it inside Price. Price left-hand layup, good. Hill was defending Price. Obviously, the 6-foot Price had the size advantage, and she flips it up and in for 2. Miller brings it across. Handoff to Christina Roan. Roan pump fakes the 3. Now drives to the free throw line. Flips it off Miller. Miller 2 dribbles to the top for a wide open Morris for 3, and she got it. Annalie Morris. That shot created off the good ball movement from the Tornadoes. Morris wide open the top of the key. It's 33-27.
Good to see Annalie Morris getting her first points in this one, and she's the second highest scorer on the team. So we'll see if that can start something for her in this one.
Price flips it to Dickerson inside on Christina Roan. Now a bounce pass and a 3 put up, no good by Faith Hayward. And the Tornadoes grab the rebound. Roan takes a spill. Now Morris is fouled in the front court by Hayward. That's 3 on Hayward, all coming in the last few minutes with 1:28 to go. Tornadoes will inbound. Pouncey coming to score. So we'll have to assume that's for Faith Hayward. And it will be. So Amani Pouncey back in the game for Bob Jones. Hayward heads to the bench. And Alicia Hill has the inbounds pass.
Yeah, Hayward looked very frustrated going over to the bench on that one.
Top, Annalie Moore, she's open again. She'll try it again. Front rim, no, but she grabs her own miss following her shot. To the corner for Roan, had her pass deflected. Now Roan drives inside, back to the top, Morris. Morris drives down the lane, had it deflected away, and it finds the arms of Pouncey. Here comes Amani Pouncey. She'll pull it back and set things up with 25 to shoot. Top of the key, Price. Under a minute to play here before halftime. Handoff goes to the top of the key for Annalene Wilder. Wilder drives baseline on Hill. She's fouled. The shot's no good. There'll be 2 free throws for Annalene Wilder. Good action there for the Bob Jones Bruins to get to the free throw line and cut into this 6-point deficit with 49 seconds on the dot to go before the halftime break. First free throw is up and in, and it's a 5-point game. With one more on the way for Annalene Wilder, who now has 7 points in this contest. Her second free throw is up and in.
Wilder 2 for 2 from the line and 2 for 2 from beyond the 3-point line. So she's shooting real well to start this one.
Crossover from Hill. She tries a little floater in the lane, no good, and Wilder comes down with the board. 7 or 6 second differential shot clock and game clock. As the Bruins and Dickerson bring it across the timeline. Dickerson bounces to Price. Price thinks about 3, now drives inside on Jean. Tries a mid-range jumper, no good, back iron. Roan with a rebound, shot clock turned off with 17 seconds left in the first half. Roan top of the key, crosses over on Pouncey, now flips it out Hill. Hill open for a 3. Missed everything but the backboard, but the rebound finds the arms of Kayla Jean. 5 to shoot for Brevard. Roan has in the corner. She flips it up inside, no good but a foul. And it will be 2 free throws for Brevard with 1.5 seconds to play in this second quarter.
That first 3-point shot probably wasn't the clock management Coach Donald Hudson was looking for, but got lucky with the offensive rebound and now free throws.
Roan's first free throw rolls out. It's halfway down, it popped out. Talking to Coach Hunt, he says Kayla Jean is really good on those hustle plays and she created a second chance for Brevard as the second free throw from Roan is up and in. It's a 5-point game. 1.5 to shoot. Pass goes to Dickerson. She won't even, well, she will now. She'll throw it up from half court. Banks off the iron. No good. Probably wouldn't have counted anyway. Nonetheless, it's a 5-point lead for Brevard at the halftime break. We'll take a 10-minute break and come back, talk about this first half before the second half of play when we come back on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Back here at the Bosch, Brevard leads Bob Jones 34-29 here live on YouTube. Thanks for joining us tonight. Again, in the world of streaming services and subscriptions, we're thankful that we can provide this to you all free of charge. Looking at that second quarter, or that first quarter at least, was 22-19 in favor of Bob Jones, but Andy, Brevard outscores Bob Jones 15-7 in the second frame to take this 5-point lead. What do you think contributed to that success in the second frame?
I think the three-point shooting was a little bit better, not what I'm sure Coach Hud would be looking for, but they did make one more three, and they got to the line. I think that was the big part. They made less field goals, but one more three-pointer, and they made 3 free throws, so I think that was definitely a big part of it.
Looking at some of the team stats, Brevard shooting 14 of 37, 37.8% from the field. Bob Jones 10 of 30, and even 33.3% from the field. 4 threes for Bob Jones to Brevard's 3 in the first half of play, and kind of on pace for what we expect from Bob Jones defensively. If the Tornadoes scored or put out the same output in the second half, it would be slightly above the season average that the Bruins are allowing as we get ready for the second half of play. The Tornadoes putting the starters back out there with Alicia Hill, Jada Petty-Wilkins, Kaden Johnson, Olivia Miller, and Annalie Morris. Have to assume the same will go for Bob Jones to try and get this second half off to a good start. Ryan Wilkstone alongside Andy Farringer. Thanks for joining us tonight. Andy will have the call for the men's game as the Tornadoes take on the Bruins here inside the Bosch for the second of 2 of this doubleheader, as the Tornadoes will inbound out of the break with Annalie Morris, or Olivia Miller inbounding to Alicia Hill in the backcourt. 5-point lead for the Tornadoes out of the break as Brevard looks to extend this lead further. And the second match of a 2 for the season between Brevard and Bob Jones. Hill has at the top of the key. She flips it to Jada Petty-Wilkins. Elbow for Olivia Miller, who drives inside, floats it up, puts it up, no good. Rebound slapped around, Johnson corrals. Back out Petty-Wilkins, a wide open 3 for Jada, no good side iron. And Price down with the rebound.
Another offensive rebound there for Johnson, making that her career high in rebounds with 11.
She's been incredible on the boards as Hayward has the top of the key, gives it off to Price. Price flips it far side for Anna-Lane Wilder, now into the corner for Brooks. 13 to shoot for the Bruins. The ball has not left the perimeters. Now it does. Into the lane. Bounce pass back out for Dickerson. 6 to shoot. Kick out to the corner. Dickerson will try a 3, and she misses it off the front of the rim. Hill with the rebound. Good defensive possession there for Brevard. As Morris has on the near side. Couple dribbles inside the arc. Now Johnson the top for Hill with 20 to shoot. Near side Morris looks for an option. Drives baseline. Now pulls it back out. Goes back in. Morris looking for an option. Flips it to Johnson. It's taken away. Brooks gives it off to Hayward. As the Bruins race up the floor inside for Price. She spins down low. Almost walked with it. But a kick out to Brooks on the far side corner. Her 3 rolls out. And Johnson there again with another rebound. She has 12. And she's in the double figure scoring as well. Morris to the top. Miller wide open. Miller for 3. And Miller's got a 3. Olivia Miller, just her 3rd 3-point attempt of the season, and it's first that goes in. And it's 37-29 Tornadoes.
Yeah, really good shot there from Miller. As you mentioned, not something we see very often, but
Price thinks about 3, drives on Johnson with the left hand, puts it up, no good, and Morris grabs a rebound. Here comes Annalie Morris. She flips it up the floor for Alicia Hill. Now Petty-Wilkins. Petty-Wilkins, couple dribbles inside the arc, puts up a floater, no good. Johnson, again active on the boards, grabs a second chance. Morris, a couple dribbles. She tries a floater from the free throw line, no good, and Price down with the rebound. Here comes Dickerson left to right for Bob Jones, trailing by 8 over 2 minutes in the second half. Price handoff to Anna-Lane Wilder. Now another handoff for Dickerson, top of the key. Dickerson drives inside, tries a layup, no good, but a late whistle. Probably the right call there on Annalie Morris, but a late one. And it will send Caitlin Dickerson the line. A little bit of dribble handoff action at the top of the key. That results in a good look for Dickerson. She goes to the line for 2 free throws.
yeah, I was caught a little off guard there with the late whistle, but I agree with you. Definitely probably the right call there going against the Tornadoes.
First free throw for Dickerson is up and it's good. And it's back to a 7-point game.
5 of the 7 points for the Bruins in that second quarter came from the free throw line, so we'll see if they can be as effective as they were in that second quarter from the line.
Dickerson goes 1 of 2, and Price had the rebound slapped away from Morris on the backside. Here comes Annalie across the timeline. She drives inside. Euro step, right hand layup, good plus the foul. What a move by Annalie Morris. She evaded a defender with a Euro step, sought out the contact, and puts it home for 2. And she'll go to the line for one more to try to give the Tornadoes a double-digit lead.
Yeah, really pretty finish there. Been waiting for her to have a little bit more of an impact on the offensive side of the ball in this one. She had a little slow start, just 1 3-pointer in the first half.
Her free throw up and good. Morris up to 6 points, and the Tornadoes have drawn this lead out to 10. Hayward takes it across the timeline, left to right, crosses over on Hill, kick to the corner for Brooks. Now Brooks inside for Price. Johnson in legal guarding position on Price, and she traveled with it. Great defense by Johnson. Looked like a second she was going to get called for reaching over the back. No whistle, and she played straight up defense, calls Price to travel, pulled the chair a little bit on Keely Price, as Petty Wilkins has on the near side wing. Hand off at the top for Morris. Morris gets a screen, 2 dribbles into a mid-range jump shot, no good, side iron, and the rebound pulled down by Brooks. Here comes Hayward across the timeline for Bob Jones. Near side Brooks looks inside Price. Price back to the basket, good back cut by Brooks. Her layup is good. Good action off the ball by Jenna Brooks as Price had her back to the basket and flipped it inside for 2. Miller top of the key, handoff goes to Morris. She goes behind the back, now kick back out. Petty Wilkins tries a 3, no good, side of the rim, and the rebound pulled down by the Bruins and Hayward.
Petty Wilkins just 1 for 6 from 3-point land, so we'll see if she can try to heat up a little bit.
Hayward inside, spins on Hill, no good, and Hill slaps a rebound to Morris. Morris right to left, feeds Petty Wilkins. Jada drives inside, tries a right-hand leaner, no good off the backboard. And the rebound pulled down by Price. You mentioned it, Andy, not what Jada Petty Wilkins would like to see from the field. She's just 1 of 11, but the Tornadoes still lead by 8. Hayward drives on Hill. She's turned away, top of the key for Price. Price drives down the lane, layup no good, but a foul called on Alicia Hill. 2 free throws coming for Keely Price from the charity stripe, and the Bruins, like you mentioned, Andy, have been able to stay in this one with free throws. And we'll get 2 more here with a couple subs checking in. Pouncey back in, as well as Faith McCleary. And also Peyton Teague will check in for Brooks, Dickerson, and Hayward. First of 2 on the way for Price. It's up, and it's no good off the front of the rim. And she tries to go 1 for 2.
Bruins just 2 for 17 since that first quarter from the field, so definitely not what you're looking for from the Bruins.
Price's second free throw goes down, and it's a 7-point game, 40-33. Couple subs go to the table, and Christina Roan and Kennedy Noble. As Petty Wilkins brings it across, gives it off to Miller at the top. Miller swings it to Johnson. Johnson drives inside on Price. Kick back out. Petty Wilkins, she'll try again from 3. Back iron, no good. The rebound finds a hand to Miller. Now back out. Morris pump fakes on the 3. Gives it off Olivia. Olivia tries a mid-range jumper. No good off the front of the rim. The rebound slapped around and corralled by the Bruins. Here comes Pouncey with Morris defending. 5:27 in a moving clock here in this third quarter. The Tornadoes lead 40-33. Pouncey at the top of the key, gets a screen, drives inside, turned away, kicks it back out to the top with 3 for Annalene Wilder on the way, no good. A rebound, Johnson had it. Morris tried to come in and grab it, and neither of them can. It goes out of bounds off the Tornadoes, and it stays with the Bruins with a fresh shot clock. That's one of those same team situations. I don't think Morris knew Johnson was the one who had her hands on it. As the Bruins get a fresh shot clock at 20 seconds. And Wilder will inbound.
Yeah, fighting for the same rebound, and they're on the same team. Don't love to see that as the Bruins get the ball back.
Pouncey has it. She flips it far side for Peyton Teague, who asks for a screen with 15 to shoot. Bounce pass to the top of the key. 3-pointer no good by Price, and the long rebound goes to Morris. Here comes Morris glancing down the left side. She tries to drive baseline. Bounce pass to Olivia Miller, who pump fakes. Handoff goes back to Morris. Now a whistle and a travel called on Annalie Morris. The possession goes back to Bob Jones. That brings us to our under 5 media timeout. 4:49 to go in the
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating, you're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Back here at the Bosch, 7-point lead for the Tornadoes with 4:49 to go in the third quarter. Brevard has extended this lead from 5 to 7 since a halftime break. But the Bruins sticking with it. The Tornadoes had a 10-point lead. It's down to 7 here about midway through the third frame. Pouncey will bring it across for the Bruins with under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Teague looks for an option, kicks to the corner for Brooks. Buxton working for position on Caden Johnson, but it's flipped to the top for McClary. 14 to shoot for Brooks. She looks inside for an entry pass, doesn't have it. Now we'll try to get it in. She does. With Johnson defending, 5 to shoot for the Bruins. Buxton had it slapped away. Now top of the key. A wild shot put up, no good. Missed everything out of the hands of Peyton Teague. And great defense out of the timeout. The Tornadoes will get the ball back.
Yeah, definitely the best defensive possession of the day we've seen from the Tornado, not allowing a single good shot there in 30 seconds. So really, really strong defense out of the media timeout there.
Rankin checks in. That sends Annalie Morris to the bench for Brevard as Roan will bring it across for the Tornadoes. Bounce pass far side from the Tornado bench for Noble. Now to the top for Johnson. Roan flips it inside. Miller gets position and puts it up and in. Olivia Miller has 15, and it's 42 to 33. In the corner now, a wide open look. McClary can't knock it down. The rebound corralled by Noble. She gives it off to Miller. Miller will bring it across the timeline with pace. Miller bounce pass inside, looks for Rankin. Now back out Roan. She's open for a three, but a whistle and a foul called before that. Of course, Roan knocks it down. The Tornadoes looking for a shot from outside the arc. Nonetheless, the Tornadoes will inbound with 23 to shoot.
I mean, it was after the whistle, but it could help the team see a three-pointer go down. Good help overall.
Entry pass to Miller. She puts it up, no good. Good defense there by Brooks. And the rebound corralled by Buxton. Here comes Peyton Teague, left to right across the timeline. She has it top of the key. Roan defending. She gets a screen from Buxton. Drives inside the arc, now kicks to the top, Brooks. Brooks will try a triple with Miller defending, and she knocks it down. Big shot for the Bruins and Jenna Brooks to get Bob Jones back within 6.
Brooks making her first three-pointer in this one. 7 points now in the game.
Miller at the top, gives to the corner for Kennedy Noble. Noble picks up her dribble, wild pass that goes out of bounds on an errant pass from Kennedy Noble. And the Bruins get the ball back with 3:07 to play in the third.
Just a 6-point lead here for the Tornadoes.
Good defense there for Bob Jones to force the turnovers. Handoff goes to Pouncey at the top. Good screen by Buxton to shake Pouncey loose, but Johnson winds up for the block. Here comes Kennedy Noble. Right to left, she'll pull it back out, and she is fouled. It looked like Brooks thought she took it away. She might have had a case there. Nonetheless, a foul whistled, and the Tornadoes will inbound. Second on Brooks, and Brevard will inbound with 24 on the timer.
Really good play on the other end for Kennedy, for Caden Johnson there.
Noble pump fakes a three, tries a mid-range jumper, side iron no good, and Pouncey with the rebound. Monty Pouncey pushing quickly for Bob Jones. She'll play it near side for Brooks. Buxton again working for position on the sturdy Johnson, who's not giving up anything. Bounce pass to the corner for Pouncey. Her three missed everything, and Johnson grabs another rebound. 14 rebounds for Caden Johnson. She has 8 points to add on to that. As Roan bounce passes near side for Noble, bounce to the top for Caden Johnson. Roan tightly defended, now a whistle and a foul. called on Peyton Teague, who was in the space of Christina Roan, and it's a 4th team foul. The next one will result in free throws for the Tornadoes. As Dickerson checks in, Teague will head to the bench with 2:14 to go in this third quarter. The Tornadoes lead 42-36 as Roan grabs the inbounds pass. Now Johnson and Noble on the near side. Noble has it knocked away but gets it back, bounces to the top for Caden Johnson. Now Roan asks for a screen at the top. Roan steps back, tries a 3, and it rattles in. Christina Roan for 3. It's back to a 9-point game, 45-36.
Roan with her second 3 in this contest. Good step back 3 off that screen from Johnson there.
Pouncey bounce pass to the top for Buxton. A minute 45 with a moving clock here in the third quarter. Brooks gets a screen at the top. Johnson switches defensively. Miller now defending the Buxton inside. Drive baseline. Now it's pulled back out by McCleary. Bounce pass inside. Deflected away by Miller. She got position on Buxton and didn't give it up. Miller down the lane. Flips it inside. Johnson and travel. Calling on Olivia Miller, who picked up her pivot foot. Now Kayla Jean will check in for Caden Johnson, who heads to the bench.
Just a little hesitation there from Miller that causes that travel with her third step.
Looking at Caden Johnson's stat line, who heads to the bench with 8 points, 14 rebounds, 6 of them coming on the offensive glass as Dickerson has it at the top. Minute 15, a moving clock, 20 to shoot for the Bruins. Dickerson looks inside. She drives on Noble, and an offensive foul called on Buxton. Jean was not going to give up that space, and Buxton uses the elbows and is whistled for an offensive foul.
You mentioned how good of a hustle player Kayla Jean is earlier, and you can just tell they're forcing the offensive foul, getting the Tornadoes the ball back.
Roan on the right side, crosses over on Pouncey to get it across the timeline, gives it off to Kennedy Noble, now at the top for Jean. She swings it to Roan inside Olivia Miller, who turns around, puts it up and in. Nice move by Olivia Miller, who has a team-high 17 points. It's back to an 8-point game. 45 seconds on the clock with Dickerson at the top. Dickerson crosses over on Noble to the corner for Pouncey. Pouncey drives inside the arc, gets a paint touch, but we'll have to flip it near side for McCleary. Now the bounce pass inside, deflected away, but a foul called on Kayla Jean. And it will be an inbounds pass for Bob Jones, 20 on the timer, and about an 8-second differential shot clock and game clock. As Price will check in for Diamond Buxton, and Johnson will be the corresponding sub for the Tornadoes to get Olivia Miller.
Some really good physical play down there between Jean and Buxton.
11-point game in favor of Brevard, 47-36 to the top for Pouncey. As the clock didn't start, but they're going to disregard that. Price has it on the far side corner, drives on Jean. Now flip back out Dickerson with 13 to shoot. Dickerson picks up her dribble. Now Price spins inside, had it knocked away, and it's stolen by Jean. 15 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off as Roan slows it down for Brevard. Roan brings it across the timeline, behind the back, spins in the lane, tried to flip it out, gets to Kayla Jean, deflected away with 2 to shoot, and Price will have it for Bob Jones. The clock expires as Coach Levere asking for a foul, not going to get it, and we head to the fourth. It's an 11-point lead for Brevard. We'll take a quick break and be back with the fourth and final frame when we return on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Bruins will inbound out of the quarter break. It's an 11-point lead for Brevard as they look to hold on and sweep the season series over Bob Jones. Dickerson in the front court for the Bruins. Pass to the top for Price. Price thinks about three, looks inside, now gives it off to Dickerson on the near side wing. Dickerson drives on Roan. She's turned away, back to the basket with 14 to shoot. Picks up her dribble, now to Brooks on the near side wing against Kayla Jean. Now Price working on Johnson, spins, and she traveled. Possession will go back to the Tornadoes. Great defense by Keaton Johnson, who's been really effective this game in multiple regards. As Roan will bring it across for Brevard. With 30 seconds gone in this fourth quarter. Johnson at the elbow, now handoff to Roan. At the top, Roan steps back, tries another three, back iron, no good. And the rebound, Rankin able to get to it, but she loses her footing right near the bench and is a little shaken up. But she'll get back to her feet, and that's a good sign for Tornado fans. Malika Rankin has been a really solid player off the bench for Brevard and just lost her footing there on that hustle play.
Yeah, going back to the other end, really, really good defensive possession to start the quarter. For Brevard, forcing the travel and the turnover, but 7 points in back-to-back quarters scored for the Bruins. Really good whenever you can keep a team to single-digit points in a whole quarter, so doing it twice in a row is really good for the Tornadoes.
Top of the key, Price flips it over to McClary, gets the screen, now steps back, top of the key, picks up her dribble, gives it off to Dickerson with 9 to shoot. Dickerson to Brooks. Brooks will try a three, no good, front iron, and Jean skies for the rebound. Here comes Christina Roan all the way up the floor to Kennedy Noble. Noble one bounce, and she's fouled going up by McClary. Great outlet pass by Christina Roan, and she daps up Kennedy Noble at the free throw line. And it will be 2 for Kennedy Noble.
Really good example of defense turning into offense there, getting the Tornadoes to the free throw line.
Noble's first free throw, a high arcer that goes off the front of the rim, no good. And she'll get ready for the second. It's a 19-point win for Brevard at Bob Jones, and trending towards a similar tally here tonight, assuming Brevard can keep the foot on the gas as Noble's second free throw is good. It's a 12-point game with two Bruins checking in, Faith Hayward back in, as well as Anna Lane Wilder sending Brooks and McClary to the bench. Pouncey will bring it across the timeline for Bob Jones. The top for Dickerson with 20 to shoot. Dickerson flips it inside to an open Price. Her layup is good. Nice action there to get Price open. She's the leading scorer for Bob Jones, averaging 12 a game. And she has 11 this evening. Back to a 10-point game. Roan drives inside looking for Johnson. Had it taken away. Here comes Wilder moving left to right on Kayla Jean. Jean gave her a bump. No call. And now Jean will tie it up. Kayla Jean, as we mentioned, Andy, it's those hustle plays, even those ones that won't show up on the stat sheet. And that was certainly one right there. As she came around the back and tied her up. And Jean will now check out for Olivia Miller. Good minutes from Kayla Jean, who exits the contest, as well as Kaden Johnson.
Yeah, you mentioned really good defense there from Kayla Jean. Sprinting down the court on the transition, not allowing any basket there, and then forcing the jump ball that gets the Tornadoes the ball back.
Roan brings it across, gives off to Malika Rankin, out to the top for Petty Wilkins. Swing near side for Roan. Roan creates some contact, now floats it up, no good off the glass. She gets it back in the paint. Bounce pass to Miller. Miller tries a mid-range jumper, and she got it. 19 points for Olivia Miller. It's 50-38.
Miller absolutely money from the mid-range there.
That's been her shot all night long. Also knocked down a three earlier in the game. As Hayward works on Roan, back to the basket. Now tries to swing it out, but Noble takes it away. Here comes Kennedy down the lane. She spins in the lane, floats it up, and floats it in. Really nice awareness by Noble, who had the defender on her back, and she spins inside and puts it in. 52-38 Brevard. As the pass almost taken away again. Now a floater put up, rolls off, no good. The rebound is deflected out of bounds, and now a whistle on Malika Rankin, who was trying to block out Price. It will be Bruins basketball with 7:09 to play. A 14-point lead for the Tornadoes. As a timeout will be called by Bob Jones with 7:09 to play. We'll take a timeout with them as the Tornadoes rolling in this fourth quarter. Back here at the Bosch, Bob Jones will inbound with 20 to shoot and 7:09 to go in this fourth quarter. If things hold up, Brevard will sweep the season series with Bob Jones. Here inside Boschmer Gymnasium, pass to the corner for Pouncey. She flips it back up to the top for Hayward with 17 to shoot. Hayward in the corner with Wilder driving. Now back out the top, Hayward. Hayward back to the basket, drives inside, now flips it back out to Dickerson with 7 to shoot. Good defense for the Tornadoes again out of a timeout. Pouncey drives inside on Noble, spins and puts it up. Missed everything, and Rankin down with the rebound. Almost another shot clock violation out of a timeout for the Tornadoes as Rankin pushes quickly. Now Petty Wilkins to Miller at the top of the key. Miller hands off Noble. Noble loses it. Now a tie-up. It will go back to the Bruins as Coach Lavier likes that out of his team, trailing by double digits here with 6.5 to go. Going to need to get something quickly and likely get in large numbers to try and overcome this 14-point deficit. Inbounds pass goes to Dickerson. Now Hayward has it and brings it across. Hayward down the lane, loses it. Tried to get it to Price, but Miller steals it away. Olivia Miller spins at midcourt, finds Rankin. Rankin down the lane, right-hand layup, no good. Miller there with the second chance. She flips it to Petty Wilkins, top of the key, open three. No good, back iron. And Noble gets a third chance for Brevard. Noble inside, and timeout Tornadoes. As Brevard gets a third chance, Coach Hudd likes that, and we'll take another break with him with 6:10 to go and 16 to shoot for Brevard. We'll be right back on the other side.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits. It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
$6:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Brevard leads Bob Jones 52-38 here live on YouTube. As it's been a little bit of a, I'd call it a clunky game, but the Tornadoes have been able to keep the Bruins at arm's length as Hill will inbound for Brevard. Throw it to the top for Miller. Miller with a one-hand snag to keep it alive for the Tornadoes. Kick out Rankin, thinks about three. Now drives inside, and a foul called on Bob Jones and Hayward. I believe that's going to be 4 on Faith Hayward.
Yeah, just one away from fouling out there. Good drive there by Rankin to get the foul call there.
And the Bruins will make a sub with Brooks coming back in to get Hayward, actually get Pouncey with 6:05 to go. So Tornadoes will inbound with Alicia Hill. Hill looks inside first now to the top for Rankin. Rankin open. She decides not to take the three, drives inside, tries a left-hand layup, and a foul. Whistled on Bob Jones. Rankin will go to the free throw line. Passed up a good shot for a better shot inside, and it results in 2 free throws.
Yeah, really good drive there from Maleka to get herself to the line.
2 free throws on the way for Rankin. Her first one is up, and it rolls out. Rankin looks to split a pair from the free throw line. As her second free throw is up, and it's good. Rankin with 3 points now in the contest. She goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. It's a 15-point lead for Brevard. Price grabs the inbound pass. She takes it across the timeline. Rankin slapped it away. Here comes Kennedy Noble. She bounces it to Hill. Hill tries a mid-range jumper. No good. Rebound tapped around and corralled by the Bruins.
That one bounced funky off the backboard there, but the Bruins are still able to get it.
Now Rankin picks up a foul in the front court. Looked like she was trying to get the back tap again. Can't get there in time. It's a second foul on Rankin with 5:42 to go in the fourth. And Bob Jones will inbound with Faith Hayward right in front of the Bruins bench. Bounce pass into Dickerson, defended by Hill at the top of the key. Now Dickerson picks up her dribble, flips it inside for Price, who's double teamed. Now a kick out to Wilder, who tries a three, no good. And Petty Wilkins with a strong rebound. Here comes Jada. She feeds it up the floor for Hill. Hill on the near side wing. Back out Rankin. Rankin an open three, no good. She tried to follow her shot, but Miller grabs a rebound. Swings it to Noble. Kennedy tries a mid-range jumper. Back iron, no good. And a foul on the rebounding action called on the Bruins again, as the Tornadoes have been so active on the glass here in this game. 17 offensive rebounds to just 3.
46 to 26 in total rebounds too, so doing it on both ends.
Certainly something to talk to Coach Hutt about following this game, is a rebounding advantage on the glass as Morris back in the game has at the top. Gives off Christina Roan. Roan to Hill. Hill inside for Miller. It's deflected away, but Hill able to get it back with 10 to shoot. Roan pump fakes top of the key, flips it out. Alicia Hill, a three on the far side, no good. And the rebound tore down by Wilder. Here come the Bruins left to right with under 5 to play. Down 14, a three for Brooks. It rolls in. Big shot for the Bruins. It's 53 to 42. 53 to 41 on the three. Back to a 12-point game.
Second three-pointer made in the half for the Bruins.
To the top now, Petty Wilkins with 15 to shoot. Hill has on the near side. Inside Miller, back to the basket. She's doubled. She'll put it up anyway. Good-looking shot, but couldn't get it to fall. And the rebound goes to Hayward. Hayward inside, has her pass deflected, taken away by Morris. Back and forth we go here in the fourth quarter as Morris turns it over on a one-handed pass. Now in the front court, a foul called on Jada Petty Wilkins as Anna-Lane Wilder took the contact. It's a third team foul of the quarter on Brevard. Still 2 to give before free throws.
Yeah, the Bruins have 4, so could see some free throws here coming towards the second half of the fourth quarter.
4:09 to go. So Bruins have possession with Dickerson. Near side Brooks thinks about three. Now she'll try a three. No good. And the rebound goes off the hands of a Tornado and Alicia Hill. It will stay with the Bruins. 20 to shoot on the timer. With just over 4 minutes left to go. It's been a little bit of a slugfest here tonight. The Bruins now below 30% shooting at 28.6. The Tornadoes 32.8. As a foul call on the before the inbounds pass, Petty Wilkins picks up another. It's her second, the team's fourth. As you mentioned, Andy, free throws on the next foul from either side. As Dickerson looks to inbound, she does, and it's slapped out of bounds. It will stay with the Bruins. A lot has happened with no time going off the clock. A foul, now a deflected inbounds pass. Clock still at 20, and the game clock still at 4:03 to go in the fourth.
Caden Johnson's been going back and forth to the scoring table, just waiting for a play to happen.
Now the pass goes out of bounds. Our clock is still running. We'll have to fix that. Probably go back to about 4:01 on the game clock. So nothing, a lot happened, but nothing happened on that possession for Bob Jones as the Bruins turn it over. It goes back to the Tornadoes with Hill bringing it across the timeline. Hill crosses over, drives inside, kick back out. Morris will try a three, no good. The rebound goes to Hayward. Hayward left to right, brings it across for Bob Jones. She's turned away inside, but keeps her dribble, floats it up with the right hand, no good. Miller down with the board. She flips it out to Roan, who tracks it down. Roan to Petty Wilkins in the corner. She tries a three, and no good. And the rebound again to Hayward. A tough night for Jada from outside the arc, but she's been really good defensively. She's a player that can impact the game in a lot of different ways today. That's been on the defensive end of the floor.
That's been the story for pretty much all the Tornadoes tonight. Really good three-point shooting team, but just not having it tonight. But their defense has really been what's mattered tonight.
Under 10 to shoot for Brooks. Gives to the free throw line for Price, who drives on Olivia Miller. She spins with the right hand. It hung up on the rim, doesn't fall. And Miller down with the rebound. Olivia into the front court, kicks out Roan. Roan tries a three, no good, front rim. Morris trying to track down a long rebound, can't do it. Left to right come the Bruins with under 3 to play. It's been a scoring drought for both sides. The lead has hung around at 12. Now the Bruins trying to change that, and they do with a three from Faith Hayward. It's a 9-point game, 2:45 to go. As the lid finally comes off the basket, 53-44, Andy. It's been a back and forth stretch of choppy basketball.
need to force any shots here late in the game.
All right, back here at the Bosch, 53-44. We were talking during the break. The three-point shooting has not been there. The two teams combined 12 of 51 from behind the arc. Brevard just 7 of 27. Bob Jones 5 of 24, but the Tornadoes still have a 9-point lead. Much thanks to the rebounding advantage Brevard has had on the glass as Hill brings it across the timeline left to right with 2.5 to play. Petty Wilkins to the top for Kaden Johnson. She swings it for Alicia Hill. Hill looking for an option on the far side with 15 to shoot. The top, Jada Petty Wilkins drives inside, had it knocked off her foot, and here comes Hayward. Now Hayward had it deflected away, but it goes right back to Dickerson, who drives inside. Kick out, a three for Wilder is up, and it rolls in, and a foul on the rebound on Jada Petty Wilkins. It's a 6-point game with 2:03 to go, and I believe might be a pair of free throws here for Bob Jones. Potential for a 5-point possession for the Bruins as Hayward goes to the line for two.
Yeah, not ideal there for the Tornadoes. A turnover on one end and then three-pointer with 2 extra free throws coming up.
2 free throws for Faith Hayward. Her first one is up and good. It's a 5-point game. The Bruins were just down 12, and that has changed very quickly. As Hayward's second free throw up and good. 53-49 as Miller inbounds to Roan. Now it goes back to Olivia Miller, who hands off to Alicia Hill in the backcourt. I believe we had a little shot clock issue here. As it goes down to 1:58 and should be about 26 on the shot clock. As Miller will inbound right in front of the Bob Jones bench. 1:58 to go, 4-point lead for Brevard, trying to hang on in a game where not many shots have been falling for either side. Hill atop with 20 to shoot, gets the screen from Miller. Now Hill flips it to Johnson at the top of the key, 14 to shoot for the Tornadoes. Roan spins, drives inside, layup no good, but a blocking foul called on Bob Jones. It'll be 2 free throws for Christina Roan. I think that's 5 on Faith Hayward. And she'll have to check out for Imani Pouncey. And 2 free throws here for Brevard. That's a call that could have gone either way, but it's called a block on Bob Jones. And the Tornadoes have 2 free throws with Christina Roan.
Yeah, 6-point game to a 4-point game would be huge here for the Tornadoes as that first free throw is good.
First one up and in for Roan. It's back to a 5-point lead with 1:40 to play. Second one for Christina, up and in as well. Big perfect trip for Roan at the line. It's a 6-point game, 55-49. Bob Jones bringing the front court with Dickerson. Dickerson drives on Roan, tries to seek out contact, not going to get it inside for Price. Johnson defending. Back to the top for Pouncey with 15 to shoot. A lot of time coming off here for Bob Jones, trailing by 2 possessions late. As Price has it, picks up her dribble top of the key, gives it off to Dickerson. Dickerson steps back, now drives on Roan inside. She's turned away, 4 to shoot. Brooks has it now with 2, flips it up, no good, missed everything, and a shot clock violation on Bob Jones.
A much-needed defensive stop there from the Tornadoes. Took all 30 seconds of the shot clock, too. Definitely helps out. Pretty much double for the Tornadoes there.
Andy, what the Tornadoes have been lacking offensively tonight, they made up for it defensively. Johnson's denied inside. Noble grabs a rebound. Now Hill to Roan. Her 3, no good, front iron, and Pouncey down with the rebound. Pouncey moving left to right. Looks inside for Price. Price back to the basket. Spins on Roan. I shall put it up. Good, but a travel called on Keely Price.
A really crafty center, but just a couple of turnovers down there at the block down low. So something that the Bruins could definitely use.
Under a minute to go. Roan has it in the front court. Tornadoes lead by 6, but it's taken away. Here comes Dickerson down the lane. Contact drawn in the lane. No whistle. Miller slaps out the rebound, and it finds Noble. Here comes Hill with under 30 seconds to play. Shot clock and game clock separated by about a half a second. As it's to the top for Hill. No fouls yet from Bob Jones. As Hill dribbles around Now, Pouncey looks like she's trying to foul. Tried to poke it away from Hill. Hill being good with the basketball. Picks up her dribble. Bounce to the top for Johnson. Now a foul called on Price. Would have thought the Bruins would have tried to foul a little bit earlier there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much time went off that clock as now Johnson heads to the free throw line.
Really well played there by the Tornadoes, keeping the ball away. And a really good defense play by Olivia Miller on the other end, stopping that layup from going in and getting the ball back.
Johnson's first free throw up and good, and her second one, if it goes in, it'd be a double-double for Kaden Johnson with 14 rebounds tonight. So we have a wasp flying around the gym here, Andy. I'm not sure how that got inside. Nonetheless, it's a perfect free throw line trip for Kaden Johnson. It's an 8-point lead with 5 seconds left as Dickerson picks it up top of the key. Can't get off the shot, and that's how the game will end. A little bit sloppy at times, Andy, but the Tornadoes come out with an 8-point win, 57-49, as Brevard sweeps the season series with Bob Jones. Andy, what are some things tonight that you think help lead the Tornadoes to this victory here at home?
Well, it's absolutely the defense and the rebounding. Tornadoes couldn't have done it tonight without that, but it's not the field goal percentage or the three-point percentage that we're used to seeing here. So definitely an off night offensively, but it's great to see a squad that can just completely shut out another team's offense when you have a night like this.
So the Tornadoes win 57-49. Stick around. We'll have the men's game coming up in about 30 minutes. Andy will have your call, and we'll talk to you then on the other side.